I said, you invited little Johnny? Yes, ma'am. You know little Johnny is, she said, you know little Johnny is African American, right? The little boy said, well, I never knew that. Because he didn't see color. You see, when you got the mind of Christ, you don't see color in people. You see people. That's all you see is people. Because all people do the same thing no matter what color they are. You got some lying white folk. You got some lying African Americans. You got some lying Jews and Chinese and Japanese. You got some Japanese and Chinese living in poverty. You got African Americans living in poverty. You got white folk living in poverty. They just people. I thought white mean all of them were rich. Wrong. Now they may think that because they have a spirit of superiority. But in the sight of God, there is no color. We people. We humanity. Ain't nowhere in the book of Genesis where it said, in the beginning God made black, white, yellow, Chinese. He made purple. He made green and brown. It don't say that. He said, I made man. I made humanity in my image and in my likeness. We see color. We judge things because we're not looking through the eyes of Christ. Why? Because we don't have his mind. See, it don't matter what color they are. It don't matter if they big, they tall, they short, they thin, they fat, they ugly, they pretty. It don't matter. Some folk ugly don't get all sanctified. Some folk is ugly. They don't look as good as other folk. But that ain't what we look at. We look at the personality. Because living in California, it showed me one thing, if it didn't show me nothing else. The most beautiful woman in the world running down the beach can be the ugliest person in the world. Because the inside is what matters. Because the inside always comes out to the outside. And as folks may say, she fine as wine, but I say she tore up from the floor up because she got a demonic spirit. One of the most unattractive individuals in the world can be the most beautiful person in the world when you look through his eyes. When you look through his eyes. I know some of y'all have seen some, man, what that girl doing with him, he tore up. But what she may see is the beauty on the inside. Man, he fine. I don't know how she got him. Her weave all crooked. You got one short eyelash and one long one. But he didn't see all that. He saw the inside. He didn't care much for the outside. Because the inside is who you really are. This ain't who you really are. When you look in the mirror, all you see is a reflection. You ain't never seen your face. I can see your face, but you can't see your face. Let you take your eyes at your head and turn around backwards. Figure that out later. We see rich, we see poor, we see color, we see kinfolk, but Jesus only sees souls. And when you got his mind and you look through his eyes, that's all you see. I don't care how much money you got. You need to be saved. I don't care if you don't have no money, you still need to be saved. I don't care who you kin to, you need to be saved. You can be kin to Jesus Christ, but if you need to be saved, you need to be saved. You walk with Jesus, all 12 of you. But one was a thief and a backstabber, and one was a denier. You still need to be saved. Quit looking at how they look and have the mind of Christ to see how they are. You'll be able to see through his eyes. And when you do, all you see is souls that need to be saved. Amen? Let's look at verse 17. In verse chapter 5, I believe. And they began to pray him to depart out of their coast. That was the people of that land. And they were praying for Jesus to get on down. Imagine that. Because why? That's the same way folk do you when you speak in the gospel to them. They want you to get out their face. They don't want to hear that. Them demons don't want to hear that. You come up in there and talking about this shirt costs $17. You know you got that shirt for $3. You messing with the folk money. They don't want to hear that. They don't. Man, I'll be glad when he leave. Up in here with all that truth. I'm trying to trick these folk. I need my money. And that's what happened to these people of that region. When Jesus cast those demons out of that man, they went into the swine. The swine was money to them people in that region. And those swine killed themselves, so they began, I'm going to pray him up out of here. They wanted Jesus gone. They didn't care nothing about the man being delivered from those demons. They wanted Jesus to leave because he was messing with their money. Forget the miracles. They missed the miracle blessings that the man received from Jesus because all they could see was the money they lost when he cast those demons into those swine. And those swine ran over the cliff and drowned in the sea. So they asked him to leave our land, missing the many blessings they could have gotten and the healing. They were more concerned about the natural when the riches are in the spiritual. Saints, you got to understand, although we live in a physical world, spiritual is what matters. Because at the end of all of this, that's what's still going to be here. The spiritual. Amen? So what? You don't have Michael Kors purse or Dooney Bird. Roll with the one you got. Because Dooney Berg and Michael Kors are going to get up out of here. But all you're going to have when all that's gone is your spirit and your soul. Don't miss out on the many blessings and deliverance because your mind cannot see like Jesus. But when you can't see through his eyes, you are blind. You're blind to the spiritual things in life. And life is spiritual, more so than ever natural. And you see the things as they is, not as they are, when you look through the eyes of Jesus. But you first have to have his mind to see what he sees. Amen? Tell the Lord